sisi mashabiki na sio wachezaji, sisi ndo tunaumia. Wanafikiri tunasema vipi kule mtaani kule tunasema esi nini ona ni halali ya matokeo. Ona ni halali. Haya na
tatizo liko nini zaidi? Tatizo nini?
Ile nyekundu ni halali. Mbona nini Bombani amekubali ile nyekundu tujasema? Mbona Bombani amekubali ile nyekundu anapa kadi ya njano? Ile ni halali. Marefa ndio maana marefa anafukuza kazi kwa sababu hawako
to African political arena. Now, the video clip I've just played is an old video clip from Tanzania. That is Simba and Yanga playing. That's a video of a fan who is not happy with what was going on. So, and the reason why I have played it and I said it's an old clip is because I want to show you how the Tanzania fans are actually attached to football, that they can even cry simply because they are not happy with the performance. That is exactly what was going on yesterday when Morocco or when Tanzania was actually beaten by Morocco, a team which was beaten by Kenya just the other day. This is a team which everybody knows in Africa. Tanzania is one of the best teams. They didn't expect this. They never wanted to, you know. And bearing in mind that Kenya has not been doing so well earlier, not in this tournament. Before then, they've not been doing so well, and they thought a team which was defeated or which was beaten by Kenya, we can always beat it. We cannot be. We must beat any team which is beaten by Kenya. There's no way such a team can actually beat us, but they were shown dust. Now back to the Morocco and Tanzania game. As they proceed with crying, because I said earlier that I showcased or I played that video to show you how they're actually attached to the game as they proceed or to football. Kenyans, after being defeated earlier, because the two brothers, the two neighbors, after Kenya was defeated, it's like Tanzania decided to just copy the defeat. They were also beaten. But for Kenya, and not because I'm a Kenyan, anybody who knows how Harambee Stars have been playing their game before this, they can tell you this is not the Harambee Stars we knew of for sure. This team has tried all through. They've beaten the teams they were playing with, apart from one they had a draw, and now yesterday, and it was a draw between them and Madagascar until now, which led to them getting into penalty shootouts where they were beaten for 3 and that shows you that this team has done well. They have tried. Those Harambee Stars boys, they have really done their best, and they have made so many Kenyans proud. For once, the spirit to watch football is actually back. And one thing I realized about Tanzania and Kenya, their reactions after being defeated, is like Kenya, they move on very quickly. Yes, this one we are done with. Now what we can do is to get back to politics, and this is what they did immediately. They were actually beaten, or the team, Harambee Stars, the Kenyan team, was actually beaten by Madagascar. The Kenya fans are different from Tanzanian fans when it comes to so many matters. They know that football is now done for them, and they move on to the next thing they can. You know, they are not stuck with one thing. They don't expect them to mourn for 2 days simply because their team was actually beaten. Now, they are saying in one term, which means they are back into politics when they are pushing the president of the Republic of Kenya that he has to go if he doesn't do the right thing. Back to politics. And whoever thought that Kenyans had actually forgotten about politics or fight against bad leadership, that person is wrong. That person has actually mistaken Kenyans. They are back as if they never left. And of course, with now the return of the former deputy president, who seemed to be now the opposition leader, the main opposition leader, it is politics and more politics. It is politics and more politics. It was sort of the politics was actually sort of set aside temporarily to ensure that they support the football team, the Kenyan football team, then they proceed to other matters. That is Kenyans for you. And that is why so many, you might be watching anything concerning the news related to Kenya, and you wonder, these are the people I saw in the morning celebrating their team, then in the afternoon they are again demonstrating against bad leadership. That is Kenyans for you. They know how to handle things. I'm not saying Tanzania, they don't know how to handle issues. No, this time for everything. And once this one is done, because even if you cry for the whole night, even if you feel so bad, now things, it is not going to change. The best thing you can do is just to move on. Go to the next chapter and we move on. That's life. But for these two brothers, two neighbors, I call them brothers because they are neighbors or they are friends who sometimes do some unfriendly things to each other. Like the way Kenyans now were buying the tickets, Tanzania, Morocco tickets, to ensure that at least they don't have the fans at the stadium. Again, I also saw it with Tanzanians when Kenyans were actually beaten by Madagascar, because that happened earlier. There were Tanzanians, they were actually celebrating. The TikTokers, they were actually celebrating that defeat, but they didn't know that it was just a matter of time that they also joined their brothers. So they sort of copied, the players, the Tanzanian players sort of copied the Kenyan players. After defeat, we are now also going to get or to copy what you've done. That is defeat, and we remain down together. But anyway, it's a good thing that the two neighbors, that I call it friendly fire. They play around with each other, and I don't think sometimes it's all that serious. Anyway, what do you take of Tanzania and Kenya, the way they react to issues, especially now after they were both now ejected? They are out of the game, they are out of the tournament. They have to support other teams. What do you think? And they are co-host of this tournament anyway. But getting to the quarterfinals, I must congratulate the two teams anyway. Again, let me know what you think about the Kenyan team and the Tanzanian team, and also the fans, the reaction of the fans from the two countries. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel and also like my video. Thanks a lot.